Good morning. This is Navy Old Slug Gamer. So I'm back on Blacksmith Master, and made it pretty far. I'm not quite to the end yet, but I have developed some tips and tricks that I'd like to share. You see, I got quite the operation going here. I just started the day, so they're doing their initial moving around. My store is pretty massive. I make actually more money on my store than I do on my merchants at this point, and money is not an issue. I mean, a lot of guys talk about strategizing the store by putting multiple things next to it. You don't need to do that. I mean, my store, I have one of each, and I am making a ton of money. I mean, if you want to really maximize the game, I suppose you could do that. But my tip on the store is just as soon as you get, let's put it down here. As soon as you get a new weapon, make a rack for it in the store. Make one rack. It seems to work plenty fine for me. One of the tips on the store is keep an eye out. If you start seeing like wood things lacking, like this one right here, this is a more difficult one. So I got to keep an eye on that. Then you're going to have to come over here. And you can see I got craft for racks, craft for merchants. These are all blacksmiths. So if you can get you're low on something in the store, hire a blacksmith and have him craft that item. Like, let's say I just hired this guy. I would pick wood items, craft for the store. And that would take care of that slowly over time. Now, one of the bugs, and it just fixed itself, one of the things I don't like about the game, and I've already submitted a bug, not really a bug, it's a programming oversight, I guess. But if you have your assistants that are carrying items like these, they go to, there's no option to have them restock the store. They'll always do the merchant carts first, and when there's no items for the merchant carts, then they restock the racks. The problem is, by the end of the day, I'll have at least one chest with 30 items in it, because a guy will, my haulers will come and pick up one item for out here, and there'll be 25 items for the racks in here, and it won't pick them up because it's picking that up first. And then one of my blacksmiths will load one more item, and then the guy will come back and pick up that item, and there'll be 25 items sitting in here waiting to go to the store, and it doesn't take them because of that programming thing where it says taken to the merchants first. It should have it load completely. Just pick up as max as it can, deliver out here and deliver over here. I don't know why they separated that. I hope they fix that, because that's kind of annoying. Let's see, I have a complete, oh good, I get a new, so one of the things when I do this, a tip, notice this is wood. So you want to keep both wood and metal out here. So you want to kind of replace it with the same thing. So I'm going to complete that, and then I'm going to go look for the best wooden, and I'm not real big on shop stuff. So this is metal, and of course I don't have any simple wood items. Well, that's interesting. That doesn't happen. So I guess I'll pick this and get a new order. I could refresh it. Let's refresh it. Okay, I'll just take the money unless there's another one. There we go. That's wood, and I get another, I'll unlock a blueprint. That's good. Because right now I don't need the money, so I want the special stuff. So if you go down here, I got that new blueprint from the last one. Then you have to decide what you want to do. I don't have jewelry yet. I haven't quite got that. Teapot takes the one large. That's kind of cool. Let's make the teapot. I do have large steel ingots, but we'll unlock that. And then I'll close that. And I don't, oh, I do have, what's this? Oh, I don't have, see, there we go. It's telling me here, you don't have any racks to display it on, and it's ready to upgrade because I have enough credit to upgrade it, as you can see here. from common to uncommon right away. So we're going to go ahead and do that too. So I need a rack. And I'm falling behind here because I'm talking. Ooh, that was a lot of money on that one. Okay, so it was metal. Do I have any metal one to give me benefits? Kitchen knives gives me extra points. Ah, there's another unlock. So we'll do that one. So I need a rack to... oh, wrong one again. Or a teapot. I'm assuming... Let's go to store here. I like how it stopped. You could always pause it up here too. Store. Let's go down. Which one does the teapots? Probably... excuse me, probably this one. Now, every time, if you notice up here, I try to keep that maxed out because you get the most customers. Now, when I put a new one down here, and you don't want to block a doorway, well, I'll put it over here. I think I can put it there. See how it lowered it a little bit? So the more of these you put out, the more it lowers it. Now, I want to put the teapot on here. There it is. Okay, so I got a place to do teapots now. So that's all set up. My guys that are making metal things for the merchant will eventually start making teapots also. And I can upgrade the teapot again because I've got 4 designers working in the corner here just making designing points like crazy. Let's talk about this for a minute. Now, let's see which ones I run across here. So I got this guy making wooden items now. I don't want to automate this one because I want to max out the wood first. In this case, I still don't want to... Okay, let's show it. I'll confirm that. I don't want to automate this one. I don't want to do all of them equally because he's not a designer. I don't want to do highest first because it'll finish that. Now, this guy may, on occasion, at this level, have to make metal things because you got things that take wood and metal. So I got them set to wood, but they still do wood metal things every once in a while. So I don't want to set this to any kind of automation because eventually I want to raise the metal a little bit too. I'm behind on this too. Okay, so this guy, fewest items crafted. Okay, so he can do any. So let's do... And again, I would love to set this to automate, but he's not a designer. So you have to do this manually also because otherwise it'll just raise the designer and he's not designing. Hopefully they come out and let you deselect. Don't raise, put a little check block here. Don't raise the designer because I don't want him to ever do designing. So why would I want to raise that one? So that one's kind of, there's kind of stuff in here. You want to automate it as much as you can. Blacksmiths are the hardest to automate. I'm going to tell you that flat out. Works on designing. Now this one, I could automate, and I should have. It's too late now anyway. He's all the way up in design. So now I can just set this to all scales equally because I don't care about those two and I maxed them out. So that's an interesting one to run in right there. This guy is carrying. Now, when you're carrying orders, this doesn't matter because you're only carrying one thing. So this guy's relatively new. I want to keep him on manual because I'm going to get his speed up as fast as I can and not worry. I don't have to worry about that. Another good one for the check blocks or don't raise this skill. And this guy is also carrying. He's carrying ores from one place to another. So I only want to raise that too. Same story. Another assistant. I'm falling behind because I'm talking. That's why you want to automate this. It becomes pretty man-hour intensive. And I am colorblind. I have trouble finding these guys sometimes because it's green. And green is my worst color. And there he is. Okay, so she's smelting. Same thing. You don't need extra weight for smelting. Now on this one, I can now automate this one to highest first. So it'll keep automating walking. So that one I won't have to worry about anymore. Miners. These are pretty easy to automate in general. Now I have her just carrying ores because she's walks 20% faster. By the way, when you hire people, do not hire people with a walking penalty. It'll cost you in the long run like you won't believe. I made that mistake, laid them all off. Never hire somebody with a walking penalty because their production drops like a rock when you do that. Now, if he carries, I can automate this one, the highest skill first, and I won't have to worry about her anymore. Another miner. I'm covering this a lot more than I anticipated. This is a pickaxe, so I can't automate her. Something you really should think about. This is important, stamina. For your miners and your loggers, don't pick stamina as a disadvantage because that'll cost you. You want to watch these really close. Notice I got her using pickaxe because her pickaxe is 25% higher. You want to be real picky with these when you hire them. That $200 refresh when you hire people is pretty important. There's the end of the day. So that'll slow everything down here. I want to show you one thing. Let's confirm that. And I'll go back to this. Ooh, I made a lot of money on that day. Note, these guys that are making the extra things will take quite a bit of time after the day ends sometimes. This one isn't going to be too bad. I got this one guy who's lagging behind. Not lagging, it just takes longer to make those. So when he's done, this worker's still busy, should go away. There we go. But sometimes you have to wait quite a bit. Alright, so now let's go back. Now that I can talk and give him my tips on a miner. This one, carry yours. So I want her to go. See, now here's a one where I could actually raise that and that because stamina, she has to sit down. The miners and the loggers run out of stamina. And this is a bad, I should probably lay her off. That's another bad one for this type of person. So I may have to look into laying her off. I must have hired her a while ago. But that's done. I got another miner. And here's another one. Or did I not select it? She does everything. Use pickaxe. So I can raise that too. Now if you have them do everything, then you can raise them all equal. All equal. So I won't have to deal with her anymore. Lumberjack. Saw. I have him cutting logs and chopping. Okay, he must be relatively new because cutting logs I have at the lowest, so we'll raise that one manually. And that's it. Okay, so that's all my hires. Now let's talk about some of the things that I didn't think about. Oh, by the way, rise and fall, switches floors. I do have a third floor, I think. I haven't built it yet. I don't have a need for it right now. This is where all my smelting takes place. Something I did when I started smelting bigger ores, the person was just sitting over here. I'm like, why aren't you smelting? Why aren't you smelting? I got the smelter, got the ores. You have to have a place for them to put the ore before they start smelting, which makes total sense. I'm out of silver. My silver mine produces just enough to get me to the end of the day. Not a big deal. I got tons of silver. I'm barely keeping up with iron right now, so I may have to make another iron smelter. The large steels, same thing. Make sure you put everything that you're smelting has to have a spot for them to put it. If you see them sitting over here, there either is no ore, there's no spot for them to put it, like it's full. I have that one's full, but I only have one copper smelter. I'm not using much copper. What do we got over here? Oh, I can unlock something. Hiring discount. Pine forest, that ought to be, oh, trader roots. That'll be my next video, trader roots. I'm almost at the end. That's the end. I'm almost at the end of the tech tree. I'll have to think about that. I don't want to pick that right now. But there you go. Oh, I'm out of iron. That's not good. I don't want to be out of iron. I'm going to have to increase my iron. Yeah. So when that happens, then you go, just in case you're not certain, you go to build. Let's do this. Go to iron. You gotta be careful what you click here. Okay, this is my iron mine. So what I need to do is hire a few more. In order to do that, you go down here. You can have 4 of these at one mine. And then you just go to hire and miners, and they'll put it in the right spot. Now here's a good example. Let's see. I don't want that one. It has 10% less damage. She's going to have to rest more. I don't want that one. Walk slower. Bad idea. No. Now, I can pick this one if I don't want her to be a picker. Or a pickaxe person. But I want a pickaxe person. Now look at that. That's a really good selection for pickaxe, except it's 25% slower. So, no. So I don't like any of those. That's why I said hit the reset button. These are good. When you get the blue ones later on, they work extra fast. But this one takes 30% lowered. See, this is the tricky part. I don't want that one, don't want that one, don't want that one, don't want that one. If you put a 50 gold, refresh it. Trust me, it'll help you in the long run. This is a good one. I'll take Roger. And there's Roger. Okay, so Roger's good. Faster? Okay. See, here's a good one to look at. She rests faster. Her pickaxe is terrible, but she's a good hauler. So, I'll hire her as a hauler. Don't want that one. I'm mixed on gains XP slower. Not a big deal to me. And lower wage, I think I'll take that one. So there's my 3 new ones. Now, how do I want to do these? I think I'll have him do the pickaxe. Wait, do I have somebody that does pickaxe better? That's a good pickaxe person. I wanted her as a hauler, so we'll make her the hauler. Carry orders, because she rests faster and she's no good, but she's got good hauling speed. That's good. She's a good hauler. I could put 2 people in pickaxes, and I think I will. Or you can have him do both. This guy could do both, really. I'll let him do both. Let him make up his mind. And see, she's a terrible pickaxe person, so let's change this. Let's make this guy use the pickaxe. So that's how you choose how to do that kind of stuff. But you know, do your own thing. But I needed more iron, so I had to go back here. Another complaint. You go to the iron mine, you go back to your base. It doesn't remember how you have everything oriented. I like to keep things oriented the same way. I wish they would remember that's how I had it oriented, so I don't have to, every time I go back and forth, reorient my base. What else? So I covered that. There's one more thing I think I should cover. One is multiple of these guys. Let's go to my assistants. Transfer ingots. Very important. I didn't understand what transfer ingots were. Transfer ingots move things so your blacksmiths and other people don't have to come down here to your smelting area. So these transfer ingots people, like this guy, is carrying iron from down here to my blacksmith floor to one of these. I have one carrying it to here and one carrying it to here. And then I also have one carrying this is sterling silver up from down there. All these are being carried by those 4 transfer ingots people here. Crafting ingots is kind of a tricky area, and I think I covered it, but I'll show it again. This does not matter in crafting ingots. She's only going to carry one thing. She doesn't need 6 items. She's only going to carry one thing, maybe 2 with the bigger ingots. I don't know if that counts as 2 or not. But This is the important thing. That's why this person has been set to all skills equally, because I've already maxed out her walking speed. Another important thing, let me find one. Special hires. When you get to, it's over here, sorry. Here, when you get to next level, special hires do amazing things. You want to pick those very carefully. This is a special hire. All assistants walk at the same speed while carrying as they do while empty-handed. That is huge, because when those guys are walking to the chest, and here's a perfect example. Now I'm getting off the beaten path here, but see what I mean? That has 3 ladles for the merchants, and all of this is for the floor. And it'll keep picking this slot up, and that slot will just keep building up. And it's kind of annoying. I wish they would do something about that. I hope they do pretty quick. But now what was I talking about? Got sidetracked. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I think I covered it. Oh, on the same speed. If you watch these guys early in the game, they walk really fast, but when they're carrying that sack, they slow down because they're carrying items. So when I saw this one, I jumped on it, because that's a big deal. I have a few special ones, which this one do. All workers move 10% faster. The worker speed is really important in this. I got some blacksmiths, I think, too. Another big one, all blacksmiths walk at the same speed while carrying as they do while empty-handed. That's a big one. Makes a huge difference. And a lot of bonus to customers from decorations is 25% higher. That helps the store. So there's a lot of good, helpful things when it comes to these special hires when you get them. I think that's pretty much it. You know, it's up to you how you lay out the store and lay out your working areas. I was hesitant to put my smelting lower because now there's steps. And one of the things you got to watch, I don't think I haven't been hiring them. Let me look at my assistants real quick. I probably won't be able to find one. Walking faster is a good one. I got a few of those. I'm very picky about who I hire. It really pays off in the long run. But anyway, I'm trying to find one with stairs. Here we go. Climb stairs 100% faster. That's a big deal. Don't pick an assistant with a negative stair, because when you start getting multiple floors, they walk up and down stairs like turtles. So choose your employees, even at the beginning, very pickily. Don't just, I know it's hard at the beginning because you don't have any money. Wait till the next day if you have to, if you don't have the money for it. Don't just automatically hire someone. Well, that's the best I have. Don't. Unless you would only have like 2 employees. You know, do what you need to do. You can lay them off later. But be very careful. Now, one of the benefits, good things, you see these people cruising up the stairs. I got people walking like 100 miles an hour. I will get probably a couple guys here. At the beginning of the day, this kind of gets fixed. And I do have some jam-ups around my ores. Now, he'll come and pick the 2 items, I think it was. 3 items. Now all that's left in here is items for the floor. Hopefully, another transporter person comes and there, no, I thought that, come on, there we go. Now she'll pick up like 7 things. Okay, sorry. He'll pick up like 6 things. If he has enough hands, and he does. So now it's empty. At the beginning of the day, it kind of fixed itself, but meanwhile, you have empty shops over here because I had 6 things sitting in a chest because of that programming glitch. But there you go. Hope if you like this, go ahead and subscribe and like. And I'm having this game is fun. I mean, this game is fun. I'm going to be really disappointed here shortly because I'm almost at the end of the chain. I'm actually kind of running out of new things. I have 5 of those, but I have a lot more new blueprints. I have a lot more blueprints I can make, and I'm going to run out of storeroom. I may have to move these guys maybe to the 3rd floor because I need this space. And by the way, these also detract from your store total. Anything that you put in here, in that room that has the same room as your store items, will lower your store score. What I mean by that is store. This number up here. Oh, it went down again. How did it go down? I find these are pretty good. Store decorations. Or is it just decorations? These are pretty good. That gives you 750. Notice I have quite a few of those around. We'll put one right here. That raises that number quite a bit. He's facing the wall though. I don't really want. Oh no, here we go. There we go. Now I'm maxed out again. Keep an eye on that. You want your store, you look to how you get your customers. That's how you maximize your sales. You want to maximize your sales by having everything that you're making for sale and having that number all the way up. But there you go. Maybe Old Salt Gamer. Again, subscribe and like. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a good day.